Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Definitely appreciate the support. In this video, we're going to get into NTTs. And I think this is a great type of thing to add to your defense, especially if you are a single high type of player. If you're comfortable running single high type stuff, you love to close the post, then I think that NTTs is something that you should include into your game. And I'll show you why in this video. All right. Now, what I have on the screen, 422031, is a sequence I put together a while ago to better organize the way I see defense. And pretty much, not even pretty much, any defense you call in the game, it's going to fall under one of these 6 different shell coverages. All right. And what I have on the screen are different variants under these families. It's not all of them. It's not even close. There's probably millions of them under here, right? But I just wanted to throw just an example of what a defensive toolbox may look like. Let's say this is against a 2x2 set. And these are the different things that we have in the toolbox to use to deal with different problems against 2x2 sets. All right, so let's just get into NTTs. Now, what is an NTT? An NTT is an acronym for non-traditional tampa rotations. And that's obviously why I have it under 2-zone. All right, and I run the Baltimore Ravens playbook, and I found a NTT that also includes a creeper pressure. So I've been having a blast running this play. I think it's very creative. So let's get right into it. Now, if you don't know what a creeper pressure is, I've made a video on it. Maybe I'll leave a link. But essentially, what I love about creeper pressures is you can run a cover 4 creeper, you can run a cover 2 zone creeper. It doesn't matter what defense you run, you can run a creeper pressure from any one of these families, with the exception of 0. It wouldn't make sense, right? All right, so let's look at a traditional cover 2. All right, a tampa 2. A traditional tampa 2 is, as you see on the screen, where you have 2 flat defenders. And traditionally, they are the corners. You have 2 vertical hook defenders inside. And with our personnel, this would be the nickel. And this would be the outside linebacker here. Then you have your 3-rec, which is the middle backer. And then you have the 2 deep halves, which are the safeties. This is just the traditional cover 2. All right. And Cody Alexander from matchquarters.com, he's brilliant in explaining NTTs. I've learned a lot from him. Definitely go check out his website. Okay, he makes it simple where he says, if you think about it, you really get 3 triangles on the field when you run a tampa 2. If you think about it, you have your flat, your deep half, your wall 2 player, your pole runner, which is the 3-rec here. So deep half, pole runner, deep half, wall 2, deep half, flat, right? You get 3 triangles. So if you think about it, when we get into NTTs, if you just think about these 3 triangles, you can make your own NTT as long as you have the 3 triangles, right? So let's show you the play that I was speaking of from the Ravens playbook. And there it is. Tampa sim pressure, where we're running a creeper pressure here. All right, maybe I'll go over what a creeper pressure is briefly later. But if you think, it looks like a lot is going on here. But if you think about it, we still get the 3 triangles. We still get the flat, deep half, wall 2 player. We get deep half, pole runner, deep half. And we get wall 2, deep half, flat. Same 3 triangles, but we're running it in a non-traditional way. All right, and what we're doing is, usually with a NTT, not always, you show single high pre-snap, and then we're rotating into tampa 2 post-snap. And the idea of that is we're trying to give the illusion that we are playing cover 1 or cover 3. And that's why I say if you run a lot of cover 3 or a lot of cover 1, including this into your game, I think will be beneficial for you, because you can add an element of surprise and disguise to your defense to where, hey, We run a lot of cover three, run a lot of cover one, and your opponent expects that, and then post snap, they snap the ball, and they run something to attack single high, and you're rotating into a defense of Tampa 2. I've gotten a lot of interceptions running this, guys. All right. So another non-traditional thing about this is not only are we rotating into Tampa 2 from a single high look, but we also have players in non-traditional spots, right? In the traditional sense, you have the corner as the flat control. But as you see here, we are inverting on this side of the field where we have the safety in flat control and the corner is the deep half. Okay, it's not the traditional static cover 2. All right, so we can look at it over here. We're going to look at a play ran in the next clip, and the nickel always aligns on the passing strength of the formation. All right, so since we have 2 receiving threats on this side of the field, the nickel's going to align over here. So this is the nickel here. So obviously he's going to come on a pressure. This is our pole runner. But I want you to pay attention to something here. On the side where the nickel comes from in this game, they don't have him as a regular flat defender. They put him in soft squat. And we're going to get some matching man principles with this, which showed me who I should user in this play to make it so much better. All right, and there's a lot of things that I like about this. Let's take a look at this play where, this is the deep half safety, where he's showing single high pre-snap. He's going to rotate into this, but he's not going to drift off in the space here, right? As the deep half safety, he's reading the unit over here. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And when he sees 1 underneath inside and 2 inside, okay, there's really no reason for him to continue to expand and widen out of the picture of the play. You will see that he will stick closer to the outside hip of this player and make a play on this ball. So let's take a look at this. You guys know I hate players who drift off into space. All right, so as we see here, you see how both players are coming inside. In old Maddens, this guy would just drift off into space. Okay, but you will see he makes the throw and he's able to he's on top of this route. He can make a play on the ball. I would like for him to make an interception, but that's okay. So that's one instance that I like about this play. Another instance that I like about it is the potential to get a free rush at the quarterback when we're only rushing 4. All right, so there's been cases in this game where I've ran this and I get a free rusher at the quarterback, get a sack or get a big play, and we're still running 7 on the back end. All right, you cannot beat a defense where you get someone running free at the quarterback and you're only rushing 4, because what you're doing is you're simulating cover 0, but you're not playing man-to-man one-on-one on the back end. All right, so there will be instances where you can get free pressure, but hopefully I get into that in another video. I mean, it's just too much to talk about when it comes to the game of football, guys. So that's why, I really can't make a video on everything, because, I could literally make 40 videos on just this play alone and how to play it in different situations. All right. Obviously, I don't want to do that because I think I would bore you pretty quickly if I haven't already. All right. So what I have here, another thing I like about these is, we get the added benefit of potential pressure here on the outside, and you still keep the benefits of cover 2. A benefit of cover 2, I have it here, is where if you get this, in this play, what we're going to see is one of the benefits of creeper pressures. All right, so briefly, I'll go over what a creeper pressure is. A creeper pressure is where you're bringing a defender from the 2nd or 3rd level on a rush to the quarterback. So like a corner or a safety. All right. But you're going to bring a defender from the 1st level into the back end of the coverage. because we're keeping the integrity of the coverage. So in a traditional cover two, how many do you have in the back end? You have 7 in the back end, right? But if we want to make a creeper pressure from cover two, we could bring what we're doing here. We're bringing the nickel on a blitz, but we're still going to rush 4. We're going to take someone who originally would rush, and we're going to bring him in the back end to replace what we vacate with the rusher, right? And the whole idea of that is, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it, but one of the benefits is what you're going to see in this play is where you can get the quarterback or your opponent to see a nickel or a safety coming on a blitz, and the first thing you think of when you see that is, okay, they're bringing pressure. And what you could get is an errant throw, and that's what we're going to get here. And that's one of the benefits that cover two pounces on. If you get an errant throw while playing cover two, you're going to get a big play the majority of the time, at least in my opinion. Here's an example of an errant throw where he kind of throws a floater. He throws it before he wants to. And that's criminal against a cover two, because in cover two, you get 22 eyeballs on the quarterback, obviously, right? Obviously, we're eyeing the quarterback, but then we got zone defenders on the back end. We're not chasing men with our back towards the ball. And that's the problem with throwing like floaters into a cover two defense. So we get a free rusher again. So now he's got to get rid of the ball, right? And he floats it up before he wants to get rid of the ball. So we have this guy running a corner route. Ball's in the air, so now the safety can react and rally to the point of the ball, and we get an interception. So who do I user in this play? Oh, he quit. Who do I user in this play and why? I will get into that, all right? But, you know, again, this is the benefit. So if you are a cover one guy or a cover three guy, right? What does this look like? This looks like cover one. That's exactly what we're running. We get an errant throw. But this is where NTTs can benefit you because, you know, sometimes you want to throw a wrinkle in there to where a guy is trying to attack single high, cover three, cover one, and then you rotate into this disguised cover two type of deal, right? So we got a play in the backfield, but this is a snapshot right at the snap of the ball. What does this look like? This looks like cover one, right? Man to man, man to man, man to man. Man to man here in deep half. But again, we are actually rotating in, and then we got their soft squat, match, pull, deep half, invert. All right, we're rotating into that cover two. I'm missing a player. 3, 6. Oh, that's right. Right here. And here we see another benefit to creepers is, you know, they're not necessarily built to get pressure because, again, you're only bringing 4. But I've read where they're really good at run fit defense. So, again, maybe I'll make videos on that. I won't do it here, but we stifle the run here with this play. But let's continue forward. So another thing I like about this play is you don't get drifting as you would get in old Maddens, right? So this is the soft squat corner. And notice how there's no one attacking his side of the field. So in past Maddens, what would he do? He would just sit out in the field and drift off. But you're going to see him rally inside to match. You see how he's running inside now to attack this, right? And he's doing so, again, because there's just nothing attacking his side of the field. He's not just defending grass. And when I notice this matching type of idea with the soft squat corner, that's when I knew exactly who I should user in this particular play. And it's the second defender in from that side, the hook curl defender on the same side as the soft squat corner. And the reason why is because you get matching principles with the soft squat corner, right? So what we're going to get here on this side, so the nickel is blitzing, you're going to see, so we had 3 on this side, 2, and then we have a wide receiver out here. We're going to get 2 verticals here. And you would think, well, hey, he's a flat defender, so he's going to reroute and then hang in the flat and our safety is left to dry to deal with these two verticals on this side. But that's not what's going to happen. He's actually going to match and man up this outside route. And you're going to see the number 2 runs a corner, and he's going to leak off and hang on the outside to pounce on any potential route thrown on that corner route. All right, and when I saw that, I thought that that was beautiful, because to me, what that seems like is, well, if you're running some type of flood concept, we can counter that with this particular type of action on the side, right? So we have the safety here. He's going to buzz over for deep half. We got our soft squat corner, all right? And because we get 2 verticals on this side, he's going to ride upfield as if he's a man with this player, but then he's going to leak off and play outside leverage on this corner route, right? And you can see the benefits of this, because this guy's going to run into the deep half safety. It looks like the corner's going to be ran out of there, but he's going to have outside leverage on this route. Nickel's coming under pressure. And think about it. If you think about it, what's one way to attack cover 3? Or some cover 1s? Flood type concepts, or, you know, where you run off the corner, you have something to address the flat, and then you run like a deep corner or deep out into that second level. All right, so this could be a way where someone's trying to attack what you are presenting single high. They're running a flood type concept, but then we are trapping them on the outside with that soft squat, right? So we get the blitz here, and this is why I user the second defender in from the soft squat corner, because I know what he's going to do based upon the routes of these defenders. So in this situation, what I'm doing is I'm watching the unit here, and I will take any inside breaking route from this side, right? If I get 2 verticals here, then I just match underneath inside hip of the number 2, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get in the window of the number 2. And look how he's hanging outside for that corner route. All right, so I will show an instance to where I think I get an interception with that. And, you know, the same is true for stack sets. We get the same idea. He does match in certain situations here, even against stack sets. All right, so I don't remember what happened here, but I know my rules. I know he's coming under pressure, right? But I'm watching these 2. Okay, my rules are, if both go vertical, then I'm going to hang inside underneath of the number 2 of these 2 players. If I get something like this, then I'm just going to hang in the window and carry him off to the deep half safety. If I get something like this, then I attach to that. All right, so I can get into deep detail about the rules, but I just wanted to show you the benefits of an NTT, especially. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like single high. And where are the soft spots of single high? Cover 3 type deal, the seams. Seams, and then you can get into trouble into the flats, right? So a team may decide to attack the flats and the seams, but you're running a coverage that is capping the seams, and we can trick them into throwing into a flat that's trapped. He's going to throw an interception here. Right, you see that? You see how that soft squat? So what he ran was a corner here. This guy running up the field. But again, he's going to match this upfield, and then when someone breaks out, he's going to take the corner there. So, I mean, he made an audible here, or a hot route. So, a hot route based upon what he sees. Yeah. So that was his idea of attacking a single high look. Send someone up the seam and then have this guy running a corner. So this is when I was like, you know what, man, this is this would be really good against flood type concepts. I gotta tell you guys, the one passing concept where I've always been confused on what you could do to slow it down or stop it is flood by far. All right, and it's pretty exciting seeing something like this where when I run into flood type concepts, this is something that I could probably use to slow it down. So there's our soft squat corner. Notice how, again, when the number 2 runs inside, he's not going to just hang in the flat. He can now match the number 1, and you'll see him match him man to man across the field. He has nowhere to go. All right, we can go back. So because I know the rules of that corner, again, I'm reading the unit here. When 2 goes inside, I just take him all the way. So if I wasn't using this player, let's say we were using the pole runner, right? We'd be relating to the number 3. We would probably be in this spot right here. But the computer would have the hook curl defender somewhere around here and not matching this route, right? And that route would be wide open right here. Right? So because we are using this player and we know the rules of this player and we've created our own rules, we've just eliminated his ability to throw on this play. At least to his primary read. I don't remember what happened here. So we can watch and see. All right. 2 verticals. So what am I doing? Inside hip, right? I'm going to ride him up the field and match him inside hip all the way. He rips it in there and I get an interception. So why do you think he threw that? And the reason why, again, here is because of the pre-snap picture, right? 100%. This is 100% why running an NTT like this from a single high presentation, especially with this play, is beautiful. The creeper along with the single high presentation is why we got this interception. Because when you think about it, it looks like cover 3 or cover 1, right? But that snap of the ball, when you see this guy rush, well, now he's not covered man to man and he's attacking the seam. So he tried to rip it in there, not knowing that we are slicing over as the wall 2 defender to match the vertical of the number 2. So that's why he threw that interception. Oh, he's coming. Oh, it's single high. Up seam open. Interception. So that right there is a prime example why if you are a single high guy, definitely include NTTs into your game. Now, would that have happened if we didn't have the creeper pressure included with it? Maybe not, right? But I guarantee you will get interceptions with NTTs if you are a single high guy because, again, you change the picture post-snap and you can get your opponent to make bad throws and throw interceptions. So I'll leave it at that, guys. This is in the Baltimore Ravens playbook. Tampa sim pressure from nickel 3-3 odd. And, maybe you can find a sim pressure in your playbook. And maybe you can find, well, I know that there are a lot of NTTs in your playbook. But definitely start using them in your game.